All right, waiting for the players. Everything looks solid. So what can we expect to see? Well, like I was saying, Greymane Vala, Zool banned out immediately by WeThePepegas. They don't want to deal with Zool on this map. It can do a lot of damage, especially locking you down when the stuns are on the floor can feel absolutely devastating. So I can definitely understand why they wanted to go ahead and get rid of that. Johanna banned away by one more fight. Easily understandable. Like I said, she's one of the best tanks in the game right now. So go ahead, get her out of here. Next, we could maybe see a Li Ming ban, a Vala ban, Greymane, all very solid options. Other things to look for. I mean, Imperius has been really big right now, so we could definitely see that going away. It is going to be a Zul'jin band away, and I can definitely understand that. He's a really strong auto attack hero. Does a lot of good work on the Immortal. Right now, single target damage is the focus, it appears. You don't want your enemy to be able to go ahead and race down that Immortal too terribly quickly. Other things that can work. We see the Greymane coming banned out. Yes, of course. If you want a team fight on this map, this is actually a really, really solid team fight, and I've actually kind of learned that the hard way the past couple of weeks. Everybody focuses so much on the race, but forgets that, well, if they're dead, they can't really race. Last time we played, it was a beat 'em up, kill 'em comp, and then they got the Immortal. Li Ming gonna be first picked up by WeThePepegas, and I think that is a really solid first pick. She's one of the best, or probably the best mage on the map. Now we'll see what one more fight counters with. Lots of good picks still open up. That ETC is available, which we do see, and then Kael'thas. I really like Kael'thas. I think he does a solid job of spreading the bomb, making sure that it's hard for the team to fight in melee range. We're going to see Raynor come out here. Interesting to see the two damage dealers picked up first. This could hopefully be a support or a tank. And there we are, Anduin, really solid. His Leap of Faith, just having a cleanse built into your kit is so incredibly strong. So really, really great pick. One of the best healers in the game right now. I realize I'm saying like a lot of heroes are the best hero in the game right now in their category, but it's true. There are so many heroes that are just really good right now. I think this is the most diverse we've seen our meta in a very long time. New Barak banned away, trying to lock that tank pool, seeing that WeThePepegas have not picked up a tank yet. We'll see what they counter with. We'll see if they maybe want to lock healers, as Anduin has been taken away, and One More Fight has not picked a healer yet. Good healers on this map include Rhaegar is probably the best right now with Bloodlust. Lucio being banned away. That speed boost allowing you to travel between the lanes quickly sets up for good gank potential. And we'll hopefully see a healer here. It could be Deckard Cain is really strong right now. Stukov, like I said, Rhaegar is fantastic for the map, and Bloodlust is just super OP at the moment. It is going to be a really strong race coming out of One More Fight. And then Imperius. I didn't think they were going to pick it up. I mentioned it earlier, but really great. I love a good Imperius. You can always tell a really strong Imperius player if they're able to land those Celestial charges, so we shall see. Urel, an excellent counter to Imperius, that Hammer of Justice being able to knock people away. I actually think it's Hammer the Lightbringer, and Muradin coming in to round out the team. This is a very divey front line by WeThePepegas. And it looks like we just had a follow. Game Over Gaming TV, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Undead Army. Thanks for spending your Tuesday with us. Who is going to round it out? Who is going to be the support? Stukov. I really like Stukov. I think Stukov will do well
for the Lich King.
WeThePepegas. Linehouse, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the games. We're just getting started right now. And we're waiting to see what everybody, if anyone's going to swap. It doesn't look like it. They're pretty locked into their roles. So we're learning a little bit about the roles of the team, see if there are any swaps as the game progresses on. I'm going to jump over to here. while we wait for the match to start. And looking at these teams right now, I had to choose who is going to win. I think, oh gosh, I don't know. You're not in your bed. All right, well, we're jumping into game. If I had to make a choice, I'm going to give it to WeThePepegas, I think. I think they have a really strong draft. I think that as they play on, it is just going to become harder and harder to lock down that Li Ming with the front line they have. There's a ton of interrupts on the side of WeThePepegas, so I'm going to have to give it to them.
The battle begins.
Anyway, jumping in on the right-hand side, or left-hand side, excuse me, I know my left and my right. Newton Rocks is your Vala. Missenstein is that Vala, or that Stukov. Echo is your ETC. Lord Gallic is the Kel'Thas, and up here in the top, Hellstorm is Imperius. And in those orange trunks, Durlock is going to be your Urel. Down here in the bottom, Freya, rocking that, oh gosh, what is that? Li Ming, Chelsea on the Anduin, Luchamite on the Rainer, and Battle Hill is Muradin. Jump right in, everybody trying just to focus on making sure that they can grab that soak. Muradin jumps away, Silence coming out just a little too late for him to get stuck in it, but a nice slide by ETC. Battle Hill takes a little bit of damage. A nice penetrating round by Luchamite prevents anyone from stepping onto him, and we're just looking at Soak right now. Up here in the top lane, we can see Hellstorm has no mana, which means they've probably been doing a fairly decent job at using those abilities and chasing Urel off, especially judging by the health. Urel does have her own heal, so it is going to be a little bit more difficult for Hellstorm to shake them out of lane, especially since they are low on mana now. We see that hammer charged up, knocks away some minions, misses Hellstorm, and they're going to be just fine. Back down here in the bottom, we see Battle Hill had to tap. Took a little bit too much damage from the Assassins of one more fight. And now we'll just look at, we'll take this time to look at some talents right now. My overlay updated, so it's not taking up the entire screen. A good Silence from Stukov, doing a little bit of damage right there. What do we have level 1? Everything looking fairly standard. We can see Valo going that Q talent. And as I go to look at the talents, Battle Hill gets locked down and absolutely decimated here in the bottom lane. That is going to be the first blood going over to one more fight. But WeThePepegas still looking to maybe try and contest this camp. With ETC alive, though, and 4 members down, they're not going to be able to do so. Anduin had to Hearth due to low mana and health. Now the team has a little bit of more pressure on the side of one more fight. Just going to go ahead and try and push with those Impalers. Muradin won on the old Stormbolt quest. It looks like teams are getting ready to head to their Bruiser camps. Stukov headed up with Vala. I think it's a great start. ETC going to try and soak the lane. Everything looking excellent. And nobody's starting the Bruisers for WeThePepegas. They're actually going to go take this top siege camp, which will be a little bit difficult for the members of one more fight to probably push out as the Immortal spawns. And that might be a little bit difficult for them because they have a very strong race team. Having to spend time away from it is going to put them in a tricky position. However, Bruisers grab down here in the bottom for the blue team. Muradin going to try and clear it. Doesn't have the best wave clear in the game. He's going to start with that Shaman just because the Shaman allows infinite dogs. If you don't kill that Shaman, then they'll just push forever and ever and ever as long as he's alive. Bruiser camp finally started, by the way, with the Pepegas, and they gave a nice early lead over to one more fight. We see right there, they've already got the halftime show. And this is going to be a hard race for our orange team here. Looks like Orange's going to try and defend. It's going to be a tricky defense, seeing as this is the defensive positioning for one more fight, as it always is. Nice light by ETC. Battle Hill takes a little bit of damage. And it is going to be Kel'Thas who goes down first. However, they do not have convection, so nothing lost there. You're all taking a little bit of damage. Has to be pulled out by that Leap of Faith. It's going to be down. Nice stun by Imperius. Not hit Battle Hill, I don't think. It actually just goes onto the Immortal. But one more fight is playing this really well. They're poking safely. The Silence comes out, immediately stunned, followed by a stun from ETC. Echo putting in a ton of work, making sure his backline is safe. And Pepegas are just trying to protect their Immortal right now. However, Bala is getting it in where she can. Echo a little bit low on health and really low on mana. Can't stay in the fight for too much longer. They are going to have to tap. Newton rocks. Takes a ton of damage. A great slide by ETC. Bala does go down, however, but not without taking Battle Hill with them. 1 for 1 for both teams. And we can see Imperius on the back. He's very low on mana, but Chelsea is very low on health. And Urel has been left all by herself here to defend the Immortal. She does have a teeny tiny bit of mana, but everyone is so low on mana. Both sides. This should be Immortal number 1 going over to one more fight. Now there it is. Knocked back by Urel. Tries to come in and grab 2 globes and may end up paying with her life. Li Ming tries to get a little poke down, but Urel stayed a bit too long, does go down. Immortal gonna head to the bottom lane, and now we'll get to see the great pushing power of one more fight. Head in, Immortal comes out. It's got a pretty healthy shield as well. Not sending anybody to go and push on it while the team was fighting was kind of detrimental for Pepegas here. So ETC eating a ton of damage, also aggroing those turrets. Gets their health back. Stukov plants the arm. Team's been, well, Stukov now. And the well should go down. We'll see if the team are able to make more happen with this Immortal. The first Immortal isn't incredibly strong. ET doesn't have much left. Stukov drops the lift arm once again. They doesn't have that for disengage if they stay too long. The Immortal is incredibly low now. Newton Rock's taking a ton of damage. Echo gets the slide onto Battle Hill though. However, prevents any of the follow-up with that mic or face melt. And Leap of Faith comes out, allowing Urel to get, or excuse me, Murden to get out. Seems very healthy now. Newton Rock's gonna go over and finish his camp. Mistenstein able to heal them all up. They're gonna get it, and they're just gonna go ahead and head out. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, minions are dying, as they should be. Hellstorm finally was able to turn and tap for mana. Durlock is putting the moves on Hellstorm, just really making it difficult for them to jump up and soak. Having the ability to heal and smaller mana costs is making it difficult for them. However, the whole team is here. They're going to go ahead, grab the globes. Hellstorm going to head back to base, and it looks like they just want this bottom, or this top camp. Hi, Bahamut. It's good to see you. Oh, Game Over Gaming. You posted Bahamut. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Bahamut plays in my D&D. We're really good friends, and he streams it on my channel for me so I can DM. He's a really wonderful guy. Back in. Echo gets knocked back. However, that face melt gonna save his life. He does eat the Li Ming combo. Takes a ton of damage, but nothing that Stukov can't heal up. So teams are just looking to try and posture on each other right now. Silence comes out from Mistenstein, gets stunned on the Stormbolt. We're at 13 stacks for that quest. Once he hits 25, he will be able to pierce. Now, looking down here at the camps, Hellstorm and friends able to grab it. They're going to have an early start on it once again. Nobody has started on the camp for WeThePepegas yet, so they are going to be a little bit late if they'd like to do that, or if they maybe just want to look at this and see if they can't pick it up during the halftime show. We shall see. Urel comes in, gets pushed by Stukov, who is level 10 now. We'll take a look at the level 10s for the members of One More Fight. See, they're actually kind of pushed in a little bit, so we'll put a pin in that. Level 10 is reached by WeThePepegas as well, and it looks like One More Fight is in a heck of a lot of trouble. ETC gets one-man mosh pit. Nobody to follow up, however. Freya not able to do a ton of damage as she was in that mosh pit. But everybody manages to escape, save Urel, who goes down to Kale Foss. Every single heroic applied by One More Fight. And 3 of them used on the side of WeThePepegas. Right now, Raynor in a kind of awkward position. Hellstorm is reaching on top of him, and Luchamite is on the wrong side of the map. They are just going to go ahead and die quickly, knowing that they're not long for this world. They don't want to stagger out deaths too much. This could be the second Immortal of the game going over to One More Fight. We can see everybody's on top of it right now. And it looks like Battle Hill is saying, you know what, let's just try and get the shield down. However, nobody else is able to do it quick enough. So that is going to be an incredibly helpful Immortal, healthy Immortal going over to One More Fight. It is going to go top lane as the Immortal always goes into the lane that is the least pushed. And the whole team is here. Urella's down bottom, trying to soak 13 for her team. They are very far away from it. We'll always see this in more pushing. Unless anything gets super spicy, we'll take a look at our talent. Their boss held his ultimate for a little bit, but is going to go ahead and pick up that Phoenix. Massive stuff coming out from Stukov, Rain of Vengeance, everything pretty standard. Angelic Armament and Mosh Pit. Over on the side of WeThePepegas, we've got Wave of Force, Avatar,
For the Lich King,
Hyperion, and Ardent Defender. So everything's special, nothing's super spicy coming out from either team. Murden gets knocked into the Immortal, has to use that War cost to lead out. His shield is finally falling for the Immortal. We can see how quickly he's going down. Murden finally finishing that Stormbolt quest. It is going to be a double stun. This could prove beneficial in this fight right here, right now. The team is really kind of grouped up on top of each other. We see the front line of one more fight kind of just sitting on top of each other. So if we get a big stun on the front line, that could be WeThePepegas' chance to get back into the game, as they are a little bit behind right now. However, blue team, seeing that there isn't a whole lot left to do, they're going to go ahead and just take this top camp. They want to macro nicely, make sure they can push out their enemies. Nothing they'll be able to do, hopefully, with these camps is going to bring them anywhere close to these towers without trading something in return. And in the bottom, it looks like the team is opting to let that camp push. They went ahead and grabbed their bruiser camp early. Battle Hill, they want to take this camp. Can they? They're very, very close. Hellstorm comes in, gets a one-man stun on the Rainer. Looks right to the end. Urella's also in now. Out comes Lightbomb, stun on Navala. Mosh Pit in the back. It's interrupted by penetrating round. Here's the second Rain of Vengeance. Phoenix is out. Durlock is very low. They had to use Ardent Defender there. A little bit of damage. Rainer gets stuck, slid by the ETC, and he's going to go down. 1-0 so far. However, Freya is slinging orbs, trying to make sure that the team doesn't get any more. Misses the second orb. It is not an orb build, Li Ming, as much as we would like to see it.
Mortals, be ready.
And Anduin was killed just right here. I guess he didn't get out. I must have missed that one. My apologies, team. Camp was taken by one more fight. Now they're going to go ahead and Hearth, get ready for that Immortal phase. It will be up in just a couple of seconds. And we can see they're really on top of these camps. Just making sure to grab them all whenever they are up, after every objective. Up here in the top, the Bruiser camp finally being dealt with by Echo and Lord Gaic. Shaman goes down, just the two dogs. They decide that's good enough. Towers will clean up the rest. They're super strong right now. And now, once again, first to the Immortal is one more fight. Bahamut, thank you for the raid with a party of 45. Welcome to the game. We're in game number 1 of a best of 3. Thank you guys. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you all very much. Hellstorm goes in, and it looks like one more fight wants to take the defensive on this one. Kill Boss has to pop that Mana Addict shield, preventing him from taking too terrible damage. Hellstorm looking a little bit rough. Pop the Angelic Armament. The whole team is there, but 2 members are incredibly low. Echo gets a great storm onto Durok. Has to back out. Tries to follow up with the Impale, however, just misses it.
For the Lich King.
WeThePepegas not looking so good in this first Immortal phase. Is going to go down. I apologize. I just realized I've been casting the one more fights Immortal is the one that's actually incredibly low right now. So we're seeing a turnaround from WeThePepegas as they do go ahead and claim the Immortal, and now everybody is running for their life. We see Killboss only has 80 health left. Imperious does fall. Echo, no mana. Did use the Mosh Pit in that fight, hit nobody. Echo has actually left the game. We'll see if the players want to pause here. That's their responsibility. I am just a spectator.
Red team's core. The demon moves for
All right, he's gonna head in and rejoin the game. So they're just gonna go ahead and get it. Meanwhile, while that Immortal fight was happening, the Bruiser camp taken by one more fight was able to push down a keep. So the team's gonna have to go back and defend that. So they might get a whole lot of value out of this Immortal. It's already half health. It did have a pretty healthy shield on it, but it's not even gonna grab the fort. The team being split by that camp really took it out of them. Anduin and Rainer heading back. And now, once again, one more fight. Just gonna go ahead and grab this camp. It's up. Why not take it? Continue to pressure that already incredibly pushed lane. Up here in the top. Hellstorm getting ready to start that camp. Are they gonna do it alone? They just saw the team in the top lane, and no, they're not. They're gonna back out a little bit. Actually, they're gonna go right in. 1v5. A hero by themselves. They still garments top. Out comes Light Bomb. However, there was no way he could have thought he was gonna secure that. He jumped in. The team was a little bit further behind. They finally make it, but after Hellstorm already died, team does go over WeThePepegas, and we're starting to see a little bit of a turnaround for them. Looks like Pega's trying to push in with their camp. However, the AoE from one more fight is just incredible. Face melt though knocks him out of that. Oh gosh, Flame Strike. It's game number 1, guys. You'll have to give me a little bit of a break. We're level 16 to 16 now. Teams are on an even talent tier. One more fight, just a bit ahead, and it looks like they might try to come contest this camp here. Coming in, Echo on the move, a slide comes out, nice lurking arm, onto the point, nobody able to use any abilities. Out comes the ETC mosh pit, and 2 members go down on the side of WeThePepegas 7 seconds before the Immortal. Team gonna go ahead and go back. They're already in position to jump on this Immortal, and this should be a fairly quick halftime show. Meanwhile, Camp pushing in both lanes for Pegas. They're gonna have to try and clear them to the best of their abilities. Leaving accidentally whipping the magic missiles there. Firing at point blank. The Shaman is nice and healthy. She's having a really hard time. Leeming is not a clear mage. And while we see our blue team taking this Immortal, we'll go ahead and look at our builds. Again, everything fairly standard. We see the Mana Core taken here for Vala. It's going to give her a lot of attack damage on those big health bars in the front of WeThePepegas. Murden has a huge health bar. Urella has a huge health bar. And that's really why I think she's going to have a hard time surviving, even more so as we get into these later game fights. Vala, who has been pretty much unpressured this entire game, is just gonna hang back, do what she can do, which is actually a ton of damage. Who'd have thought? Full health Immortal, marching on keep. Pegas have to try to be smart with this. They need to remember the biggest thing is they have to use their keep to defend themselves, not the Immortal, or sorry, not themselves to defend the keep. If they die here, it's game over. But if they don't die, if they lose the keep, there's still a chance to come back. Murden up front, trying to wail on it as hard as he can. Vala, like I said, just shredding Battle Hill's health. Out comes Hellstorm, trying to hit the Celestial Charge. Does not get it. Silence on the Battle Hill. Stun making sure Hellstorm doesn't come in. Keep is looking lower and lower by the second. ETC takes a huge amount of damage. Luchamite has been completely unimpeded. Nice leap of faith by Chelsea. And Urel does go down regardless, unfortunately. Gets stuck in there. Full health Immortal on the core. That is probably game. I agree, game over gaming. Speed of 4 is falling very fast. 69% per second there. Nice. 50. Team is fighting. They want this game to go on. They're trying their best, but GGs are going to be called. And that is game number 1, going over to one more fight. Alrighty, I'll jump over to this screen right here. You guys can take a look at just how dominantly one more fight had that map, just kind of from the get-go. We see 4 to 11 kills here, a ton of damage coming out from Vala. Li Ming even more so, but they weren't able to make her her damage really stick. Looks like somebody's asking for help on how this proceeds. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to them really quickly. All right, so we're going to jump back over to the talents. You guys can see the talents. If there's anything you want to implement in your games, any of the builds you want to try out here, I'm just helping them get sorted with what comes next. couldn't push back the macro. Yeah, it was really difficult with their team comp. They didn't have a ton of wave clear. And One More Fight just really kind of exploited that. Once again, Bahamut, thank you very much. And I'm going to take a second right now to say thank you to everybody who has followed and who has been here hanging out with me while we wait for game number 2 to get underway. Remember, this is a best of 3, so WeThePepegas can definitely still come back. Gonna update the scores because I forgot to do that last time. And left team is the winners here. In just a second, we'll see where we are going. Make sure I don't have any more questions. It looks good. Again, at these talents here. Templar's Verdict on Urel. Reduces armor of enemy heroes. I can definitely see how that would come in clutch. And I think, unfortunately, 16 was just reached a little bit too late by WeThePepegas. They have a lot of really strong power spikes here, especially Li Ming. She actually had to go for Diamond Skin, unfortunately, just because she was getting pressured so hard by Hellstorm and ETC, Echo on that ETC. Doing a lot of really great zoning for their team. It was very difficult for the team to go ahead and get on Vala or Kel'Thas. Bump my volume. You got it. All right, looks like we're jumping into a game, so I'm going to go ahead and boot myself right back over here. Oh, but I didn't do it fast enough. You guys are seeing that. We went to Battlefield of Eternity. Lily is gone, so we're going to go ahead and take that off. My buttons are borked, it appears. I'm going to see who picked this really quickly, and then you guys can see how we got here to Volskaya. Hopefully that volume is a little bit better for you. If it's not, let me know. And I can go ahead and try and turn it up even more. Just wait to see who picked the map. I can fill you guys in, and we can go from there. What a great start of the game, you guys. I'm super excited. Okay. So we will go ahead and update that. Pegas picked Battlefield or Volskaya Foundry. Battlefield of Eternity, of course, was picked up and won by One More Fight. So right team. And you guys can see how we got here. For those of you coming from Bahamut's stream, again, welcome. We can talk about what has been done so far. So, here we are. One More Fight went ahead and picked Tomb of the Spider Queen. They banned it, excuse me. Banned Tomb of the Spider Queen and
for the Lich King.
Towers of Doom, Tomb of Doom. I'm having a rough day, you guys. It's very hard to to get my words out today. You'll have to excuse me. And a little bit of a headache this morning. We're going through though. So yeah, One More Fight picked they banned away Tomb and Towers of Doom. Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple were banned away by WeThePepegas, and then of course Battlefield of Eternity was picked and won by One More Fight. Thank you guys so much for following, despite my my stumbles here. I appreciate you very much. They're asking me if I'm ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that I am ready, and then we will get started here in just a minute. Go. There we are, Volskaya Foundry. So the picks change a little bit here. We're not looking for a single target damage anymore. We're looking for teams that can sustain, or teams that are really good at holding a point. Some picks that jump into my mind right away are Mephisto. Junkrat is really strong here. Kel'Thas would be good again. You want me to turn it up more? All right, let me see if I can do that. On the fly. Mic, I can turn it up a couple of decibels. Alright. Hopefully that's better. I can see it jumping up right now. If you need me to turn it up more, I went 1 decibel up. Let me know. Johanna and Zool banned away. Can definitely understand it. Greymane picked away once again. One More Fight does not want to deal with him. He is, like I said earlier, one of the strongest heroes in the game right now. Kilthos banned, definitely can understand it. Lord Gick played a really devastating Kilthos last game. It was really hard to get away from those living bombs, and those flame strikes were timed just perfectly to make sure they did the most amount of damage. So, who is the blue team gonna first pick? What do they prioritize most? Is it gonna be that ETC again? And it is. If it's not broke, don't fix it. They're gonna go ahead, grab that ETC. But we saw he did a really great job, and Echo was really great at going in and diving, making sure his team is nice and safe. Some things that I wish I could do, because when I dive on ETC, I just die. Like full stop. While we're waiting for these picks, I did say I was gonna look at some of those follows, and I didn't. So let's see what we are doing. What's been going on? Raynor picked up once again for Luchamite, played it very well, and Freya is actually going to be healing this time. They got the Deckard. Deckard very strong in the meta right now. Move 37, thank you very much for the follow. What a pal, great to have you here. Thank you, thank you. Mutan, welcome to the Undead Army, thanks. June Overkill, I appreciate the follow, and I think we've covered everybody. Once again, thank you, Bahamut, for the raid, and everybody over from Bahamut stream. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. It's so good to have you guys here. I know there's a lot you could be doing on your Tuesday, but you're spending it with me. Zul'jin banned away once again by WeThePepegas. Don't want to deal with him. He's so irritating, especially to your poor tank players. Zul'jin into a tank, I mean, it just feels awful. He can just sit there and hit, and if you can't get away from him, then he just kind of eats you alive. Lucio Ming picked up this time for Mistantine. I'm trying really hard to figure out how to say it. I'm sure I've said it every single time that I've said it differently every time that I've talked about the player. Li Ming, Black Lord Gake, really great on the point. The orbs, when you have to stay in a condensed area, can feel really bad, as well as the magic missiles, as well as the Calamity if they choose to go that at level 7. Anubarak banned out by one more fight. And I'm wondering if these are starting to look like respect bans. They banned the exact same folks as they did game number 1. Rexar Diablo coming out. Interesting. I haven't seen Rexar play too terribly much on this map, but it doesn't mean that he's not good. Misha can definitely hold the point without having to worry about losing a hero. She'll come back a lot quicker than anyone else if she gets munched on that point. And then Diablo, not necessarily the toppiest tank, but still a very strong pick. And if on those walls, you better be careful. You're stuck in a box with Diablo, and he does a really great job of kind of destroying you when you're near a wall. But Diva, Vala came out. We saw Newton Rocks play a fantastic Vala last time. Diva, let's talk about that. What does Diva provide? She provides a bomb to the point, and aside Raynor, everybody else so far is relatively short range on the side of WeThePepegas. Diva also can counteract that really strong burst from Orphea, so with her defense matrix, and once again, nothing feels worse than just, all right, guys, we've almost got this. Diva bomb on the point. We're all half health. We have to leave and give them an opportunity to jump up and take it back from us. Maybe trying to prolong the fight a little bit. All right. Jump back over to here. Looking at these teams. I feel like every time I pick which team I like better, they're going to lose. Because every time I do it, every single time I'm like, I like this. I think they have a lot of really interesting, smart picks here. And then they end up losing. Not because the picks are bad, but just because, you know, that's how the dice fall sometimes. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We are jumping into game number 2 of our best of 3 series. Over here on the left hand side, we've got Echo once again on that ETC, Newton Rocks on the Vala, Lord Gaic on that Li Ming, Mistenstein on that Lucio. Hellstorm is your Diva. And over here rocking the orange, Durlock is going to be your Rexar, Freya is Deckard Cain, Battle Hill, Diablo, Chelsea is going to be your Orphea, and Luchamite once again is on that Raynor. We're going to see everybody save Diva, head to the middle lane, see if they can't get a couple of early picks, maybe get an advantage on that wave clear. Deckard, we can see setting up potions. Raynor heads up top, and it looks like he's just going to try and split away from the team, do a little bit of extra soak. Except for now that he's coming down as soon as the minions arrive. See if they can't get some extra damage here onto one more fight. Everybody just trying to clear waves, and we're going to go ahead and look at those counts really quickly. Lucio already getting 40 seconds on that party mix. Permanently increased crossfade's range by 20%. That's a big deal, especially when, you know, you're stuck on the point. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. Li Ming gonna go through, just try and clean up these minions best they can. Echo doing the same. We have Frog Rock for Echo. They've got 2 of them completed so far. Lucio and Vala headed down to that siege camp at a minute, as you do. A little bit late, but not too terribly much. The wave clear isn't as superb as it was last game, so they did have to take a little bit of time. And now we see WeThePepegas also grabbing their camp. It's so important for that first objective. If you go in without an item, it feels awful. Tanks in the middle lane have the responsibility of just picking up that soak. And we actually have D.Va and Rexar down here in the bottom lane, just trying to throw birds and bullets at each other, clearing out. Up here in the middle, Lucio just trying to rotate around with this team, and it's just a lot of rotations early on in the at the start of the game. They just want to grab that soak and then look for a fight. Heal pulse looks like it could potentially be started by Pepegas. However, they're opting to back off of it and just go ahead and clear. Li Ming comes out full max orb, only hits Diablo though, and he is a strong boy. See Diablo here choosing to go for that Devil's Due over that Soul Shield. I can definitely understand when you're on the point and very close to the lanes. You can go ahead and just grab those globes, and it feels a lot better than hoping you don't get immediately bursted. So I can definitely understand that. Teams looking around. Looks like Lucha, Mai, and Afreya are going to go ahead and get an early start on that siege camp. Make sure it's pushing in the top lane while the objective is active down here in the middle. Similar actions on the side of one more fight. They do it a little bit more quickly. They have 3 members there, so that makes sense. And we'll see if they're going to choose to get the early fight or if they want to try and soak up and go in with level 7, as so many teams do. Battle Hill ready for the engage. He sees Lucio step up, goes out a little too quickly though, and BB Lucio able to scoot away. Echo with that face melt, surviving, misses the chomp. Picking up those globes. Stat 10 already. Lucio at 145 for that party mix. Steps in the towers just a little bit, and it looks like one more fight is going to go ahead, clear that out super quickly, and then head down to the objective. We can see D.Va is already standing on it. And Echo is here too now. Lucio clearing up that wave. And they've got a really, really solid handle on how to play this macro game. I really have to appreciate one more fight. I know they're very high in the standings right now. They're first or second in the league. So I can definitely understand, you know, seeing these big brain plays come out from them, making sure they're on top of everything. You don't get to the top by being fallen behind. Nice wall bang onto Echo. Flexia, thank you very much for the 69 bits. Hellstorm taking a little bit of damage. They have that bomb prepped. Should they take a lot of damage, they can go ahead and hop out. And Misha is doing exactly that. We see the bomb in less than an ideal place, but Battle Hill puts it in an even more unideal place. Slide onto Chelsea. She is going to go down, as is Orphea, and this first Punisher of the game is going to head over to one more fight. Vala D.Va in the Punisher. We're going to go ahead and look for a little bit of damage on this tower, but the true prize is this well right up here in the top lane. Getting that early well means your team won't be able to attack from it at the next objective, making it a little bit more difficult if you are unable to grab their well as well. Well. Ruby coming out, keeping the team nice and healthy. You know, I've always thought it was kind of funny when you put D.Va in the Protector, and Carbot even made a comic on it of D.Va controlling her mech, who's controlling a mech. Mechception. Appreciate Vala dropping themselves off responsibly, then diving immediately back in. Lucha might trying to get a little bit of poke damage onto Echo, but those rubies will make sure that they're on the wrong team, so I don't know why I'm talking about the rubies for ETC. He's not going to get any kind of value out of them. Gets pushed away by Battle Hill. However, having that extra wide face melt is going to secure that he's able to escape easily enough. Team feeling they've got a good amount of push up here in the top lane. Are going to head down to the middle lane, see what they can get. Durlock caught out of position. He's on the wrong side of the map, has to run away, uses the speed from that conveyor belt to try and get away. However, there is no running from Lucio, and Rexar is going to go down. Did we have Animal Husbandry? We don't. We have Hunter-Gatherer. So he doesn't have to worry about losing that extra health. Diva getting flipped by Battle Hill. Lucha getting a ton of damage. Diablo able to jump in and save his friend there, so he won't go down. That's the power of the Diablo, you know, that shadow charge. It feels bad. Even if you don't get slammed into a wall. Almost got that Lucha kill, but Hellstorm smells blood. They want it. One more fight. Going aggressive on the camp, making sure they're able to take this turret and have the item advantage for Protector number 2. Oh my god. Thank you, Buttspot. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Slexia. Teams, nobody has tried to grab this support camp yet. I don't know if they're just not feeling that they're in a position they can do it on either side. But the team's just been guarding it really well. Down in the bottom lane, one more fight, taking both the turrets. And now we see a Freya sitting in the bush. They're thinking about taking this protector, but Echo is around. Level 10 for both teams. Everything looking fairly standard. Big shot for the Diva. Nice interrupt on a stay a while. Out comes the Apocalypse. That is a raw Apocalypse. Next comes the follow-up of the Random Vengeance, but I really feel it should go the other way around. Nobody hit there, and that's 2 ultimates burned on the side of I just realized I'm not on the same team again. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Apocalypse comes out, not able to hit anybody. Rune of Vengeance, make sure everybody gets away is the way that it should go. Push off onto Diablo, making him slow. Teams are just trying to soak up once again. Apocalypse will not be up for this next fight. However, Random Vengeance still has 1 charge. Stay a while also went down as it was immediately interrupted by ETC. Everybody really just trying to stay on top of it, make sure that they don't fall behind and soak. So this is the most important aspect of the game. If you fall behind in levels, it's really, really difficult to come back. Are we going to see the support camp taken at all? I'd really like to see the support camp taken. ETC gets poked out by Raynor. Battle Hill gives him the old 1-2. Diablo combo. And we are finally seeing one more fight. Take the support camp. Everybody in the top lane. This is very, very risky play. Echo all by himself. He gets pushed by the Diablo. Pushed out of the scroll of ceiling, however. He does go down. And this is going to be no tank for one more fight. They are going to have a little bit of penalty if they want to try and contest this early Punisher. It looks like they're just trying to focus on making sure that none of the stuff is missed, that the team can't push in too terribly far. You can see they're stepping out. Diva steps up, trying to get onto that camp. She is very low, does have the bomb prepped and ready to go. So if they would like, they can just drop it in there. Like I said, chase everyone off the point and look for a re-engage that way. ETC is back now. He will be up in 10 seconds. And Durlock is just having a grand time sitting on the point while Misha roams around, harassing everybody. Li Ming dropped very low with that Misha charge. Stay a while. Hitting one member. ETC walked into it. He could be in trouble. Diva comes in. We'll see if they drop the bomb. They drop the turret, actually, in an aggressive positioning. So if Pepegas want to retreat. And a phenomenal 3-man mosh pit. Out comes the Diva, but a wave of force coming out. Chomp onto Diva. She jumps out of the mech, gets into it in the nick of time. Lucio very low. Out comes the healing kit. Misha is the first to fall in this fight. Diablo looking very low, surrounded around by enemies. Goes down. Diva loses the mech. Rexar, the next to fall. So far, it is 2 for a mech in favor of one more fight. Raynor gets pushed in by the Lucio poop, running as fast as he can, but a fantastic penetrating round. He held it. The patience on that penetrating round. And it looks like all the ultimates were used on the side of WeThePepegas, and everything was used on the side of One More Fight as well. However, there also had a little bit more significance to them. We saw the Reign of Vengeance, which should be up in just a moment. Wave of Force, of course, Li Ming got a reset, so that is back up. And they're just going to go ahead and push this fort early on. Follett doing a ton of damage. Diablo comes in, tries to find the flank. It's not synergized with that Scroll of Stone. Hits D.Va with the Stay a While. And listen, it's up again. However, nobody really able to follow up, so she is going to get away. Lucio had to use that push off the bot out, and this is still anybody's protector. Diablo pushing Lucio out of that Eternal Feast. Did not get Lucio, eventually it falls down. And Vala ETC go down. This is a fantastic turn by the members of WeThePepegas. Lord Gek, nearly the next to fall. He's going to come in and try and put a little bit of harass on it. But it looks like despite winning the protector, One More Fight isn't going to get to do a whole lot with it. Pressure goes down, absolutely no value, and that's something you really hate to see. Only Li Ming survived. Everybody else falling to the fantastic re-engage of WeThePepegas. We could have a series on our hand as they are now ahead in Sove. Raynor drops the Hyperion onto that fort. They want to get it down as quickly as they can. Meanwhile, Rexar heads to the bottom. He's looking to try and get that top fort, or that bottom fort, in preparation for that bottom Punisher. And after taking the fort, WeThePepegas are just going to back out. They say, you know what, we've got enough of what we'd like. Great job by WeThePepegas, understanding what they needed to do. They went it and they did it. And definitely, granted, they lost the Protector, but One More Fight didn't get a whole lot of value out of it. Team's just trying to soak up once again. Support camp being taken this time by WeThePepegas. They have that 16 level advantage. Freya's going to go ahead and pick that up. Healing on the healer makes sense. Vala gets squished, does drop the Reign of Vengeance. Both of them come out, but it's not enough. Scroll of Sealing tries to hit other members, but, I mean, free pick. Oh, they'll take it, right? Right. Looks like we're going to have One More Fight taking their turret. And Raynor Decker going to go ahead and head over to their turret as well. Neither team looking to fight right now, just trying to grab everything that they need. Get in position for that third protector of the game. Third protector used to end with tower changes. We might go to a fourth or even a fifth because both sides of the map looking fairly healthy. The first fort to fall for One More Fight up here in the top lane. And actually the first fort to fall in the game. Li Ming over here going to poke it, going to change that out super quickly. But she is very low. That mirror ball providing the extra damage she needs. Is she going to be able to get out? Orphea is mounted and running towards her. The blink is going to prevent her from taking damage from that Orphea, however. So they're just going to go ahead and clear out. And while we're waiting for everybody in the middle lane, Vala putting a little bit of harassment on Rexar, or actually looks like the other way around. GGWP coming out from D.Va. Increased pilot mode basic attack damage
for the
by
Lich King.
50%. I can see it. You know, D.Va's actually putting in a lot of damage here. She's spending a lot of time in pilot mode, even when her mech is up, jumping out, trying to be as annoying as possible, and it's really paying off for her. Obviously, in the last fight, she went down fairly quickly, but I believe that was because she killed the mech. So we don't get to see it too much. I'm very excited to see what they can do. Build's looking pretty standard. Safe ETC, who is actually going the face melt build, or as most of our friends call it, the I hate skill shots build. Make sure nobody on your team hits it. Diablo gets hit by that Reign of Vengeance. However, with no one to follow up, aside Flawless single auto attack, he is going to get out fairly unscathed. And I believe Diablo has 100 health right now, or 100 souls, so he is going to have pretty quick regeneration and very thick health point. Out comes the early D.Va mech. She is running for her life now, waiting for the mech before she can hop back in. It does drop her turret. Eternal Feast comes out, does not hit D.Va as she gets into her mech, and now they're back on the attack. Scroll down a little bit too far there. I keep pressing my thing. There we go. Teams in position. Rexar on the point. Misha guarding, making sure nobody can come in and harass their team. Takes a little bit of damage, has to heal up. And right now, One More Fight is just looking to try and zone away, find a weakness in the front line of WeThePepegas and going on that back line. Raynor getting a ton of free damage in the back, and Chelsea just eating everybody alive with that Orphea. Lucio has to drop the sound barrier as Diablo engages onto him, and they're burning all these ults off the fight. Lucio gets caught by Misha. Stay a while and listen, coming out on its 2 members. However, Hyperion dropped at the same time. Does go ahead and wake him up. Hellstorm is stuck by Diablo. He's got the double wall bang, so he's going to go ahead and just immediately erase her. Echo, very low. Eternal Feast comes out again, only hitting 1. Actually, Lord Gag jumps into it. Getting hit by it 2 more times. They're very low. 68%, 69 nice on the Protector. It looks like One More Fight wants to take their camp, but are they going to be able to? They're down a Diva. Lucio, though, able to boop him away. They're going to go ahead and grab this turret. This is their opportunity now if they'd like to grab the Punisher. They're not going to it. They can't get to it fast enough. So, I don't know, actually. Lucio is on the point versus Deckard. Everybody left to try and contest that camp. But Lucio gets pushed off by the Rexar. Protector number 3 going over to WeThePepegas.
Blue team has taken control of a Protector.
Protector is going to go ahead, jump on this fort. And at 16 minutes, we could definitely see it try to take the keep wall. 20s are hit for the members of WeThePepegas. Protector very, very low. Not going to actually try for that keep wall. We'll see if maybe they can grab something middle. Rexar and Diablo in it, so a ton of damage outside, but it does mean a ton of squishiness outside this Protector. He's going to jump into a little bit of damage to Hellstorm. He does have that Diva Bomb ready in case they do have to sacrifice it to try and either save her life or make sure that this fort is protected. Free zoning by Vala and team. The fort stays alive for now. We see the team is looking to push it. We have that bottomless blast so the team can stay nice and healthy as they look to push this blue fort. Misha comes in with the meat charge, a little bit of damage. Stay a while listening, coming on to 1 member. However, auto attacks come out. ETC does get stunned by the Apocalypse, and Lucio has to flee for his life. Scorpia is on top of him. Diablo blinks in with that Hellgate. However, unable to hit anybody, decides to bump out. Diva Bomb all the way in the middle of the lane does go down to Raynor. And this is so far a 1-for-0 in favor of WeThePepegas. Looks like WeThePepegas are going to go ahead and try and take this camp now. Diablo getting pushed away by ETC. It's enough to push him off the camp. They don't want to mess with it. Camp is going to be able to heal up, and Battle Hill is going to go down. Looks like WeThePepegas might have overstayed their welcome as they start to flee. Lucio looking for blood on Chelsea. Misha is the next to fall. Rexar thinks about going around and turn a bird, decides, you know what? Never mind. We're not going to do that. And now this heal pulse is going to go over to One More Fight. Meanwhile, Siege Camp is taken by WeThePepegas, and they've actually got a really strong push in many of these lanes. Lucio killed to Deckard Kane. Stepped out a little bit too far, was not able to get away. Misha does not get caught in the stay a while. Li Ming running for her life. They were on the camp. Battle Hill comes. They're able to secure it. Mutant Rock very, very low. Throws the Rain of Vengeance. Has to come out. Ancestral Feast hitting 1 member. ETC tries to drop the Mosh Pit, but does not. Hands over that healing pulse. That's 2 healing pulses going over to WeThePepegas now. And with 2 healing pulses and 2 turrets, if I were One More Fight, honestly, I might consider just giving that 4th Protector. 4 items is insane. Lord Gaik very low, gets hit by that Orphea. Battle Hill jumps in, ends up pushing Newton Rocks through the gate. Chelsea pretty low, has to wait for Deckard to heal her up. Li Ming jumps in with quarter health. She's a madman and has to immediately jump out. That diamond skin rocking. Hellstorm trying really hard to defend this keep, doing their best. 1 heal pulse has already been dropped to make sure the team is nice and healthy, and this keep will most likely go down to WeThePepegas. Battle Hill taking as much as he can for the team. Gets a push onto Hellstorm, but however, that Thrusters is going to keep them nice and healthy. Misha takes a little bit of damage. Stay a while and listen. Up again. Hellstorm takes a little bit of damage. Lucio gets absolutely obliterated. Out comes that Ancestral Wrath. It does not hit anybody going down. Echo running for their life now. And this is going to be a 2-0 in favor of WeThePepegas. And we could just see the end right here. Vala getting pushed out, has to flee away, taking a ton of damage. Jumping back in. They have to do something quick. Their core is under assault. Hellstorm's out back in the mech. Trying to push everybody away. Second health pot is dropped. Out comes the Diva Bomb. Does a little bit of damage to Diablo. Vala does go down. 80% on the core. Echo trying his best to keep everybody away. Mothpit will be up in just a moment here. If you can maybe look for it. The team is very grouped up. We could definitely see it. It's going to go down, however. And that is game number 2 going over to WeThePepegas. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hand. Alrighty. I actually just realized I left the game. I'm going to switch over to here. I am a Uther player. Spoilers. I apologize. I didn't get a chance to show you guys the talent. Just force a habit. Accidentally clicked out of the game, and it looks like my camera is frozen. So let's try and fix that. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible face. Let's see if we can. Here, we'll jump over to. I realize it's just going to be the Uther screen because that's the screen that I'm on. We're over here while I fix my camera. Apologies, everybody. We'll have that going here in just a second. I realize my webcam's not on this, so the only way I can fix it is if I go to my webcam screen so you can see my stupid face. All right, hopefully it's fixed. Nope, it's not. That's super unlucky. Okay. Let's turn that off for a second. All right, I'm going to have to unplug it and replug it, I think. Oh, no, this is awful. I hope you guys are having a lovely time, because everything seems to be breaking over here. Oh, no. Why is it broken? I don't understand. Tetra, what do you do when your camera breaks? Because mine is just frozen like this. And I don't know how to really fix-a-reno it. Is it fixed? Nope. All right. Well. Yep, it's just stuck. I don't know. Okay, we won't use the camera for the rest of the evening. We're waiting to see what everybody is gonna do. Waiting on the teams. I can unplug it, but if I unplug it, then I don't think Discord's gonna register it anymore. I can definitely try. Let me see. I'm fumbling with it. Oh, it looks like it actually might have come unplugged. I think it was my dog jumping off the bed. See, this has been a mess, you guys. I just wanted to cast some Division E games, and like everything is just like, no, let's make it as hard as possible. Everything is breaking. Tell you what, while we're waiting for the teams, I'm gonna figure out the webcam debacle. I plugged it back in. We'll see if it wants to work now. If it doesn't, then we're just gonna go camless because yikes. All right, let's see. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna put us on a loading screen really quickly. I'm gonna go grab a drink, and when we come back, we should have a game. Alrighty. Alrighty, team. Alrighty, team. Sorry about that. Got it all fixed up. The score is now 1-1. We'll go ahead and actually just jump to that super quickly while we wait for everybody to get into lobby and get all situated, see while everybody is ready. If you're just joining us, WeThePepegas had a really explosive comeback on Volskaya Foundry, which you can see there. They went ahead and won. And we are going to a game number 3. Hi, Kaleo. You designed it. Oh, this is my face. Like, I'm actually going to be tilted. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. Thanks, guys.
I hate people, but I love
Hector,
gatherings.
thank you for the raid with a party of 15. Welcome, members of Ektar's stream. We're just waiting to get into game number 3. Pepegas are ready. I'm going to tell them that we're ready, and we will jump into our third and final game of the evening. Those of you just joining, do I have a tan? I do. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time by the pool because I don't have a job currently because of a certain March of the Murlocs going around the world is what we've decided to call it, because YouTube gets really salty if you call it its actual name. And right now people don't need dog trainers, so they don't need me. So I've been at home chilling by the pool, bringing you guys Cass. Again, welcome members of Ektar's raid. If you guys are just joining us, which looks like 15 of you are, WeThePepegas banned out Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. One More Fight banned out Tomb of the Sky Temple, or Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Towers of Doom. The very first map we went to was Battlefield of Eternity, which was won by One More Fight. And then, as I was just saying, a phenomenal comeback from WeThePepegas on Volskaya Foundry. And you heard the horn, and that's right, boys and girls, and non-binary folks, and those who don't prefer a distinguishing sexual orientation, which I believe is similar to non-binary. We're going to Alterac Pass. Alterac Pass is a phenomenal map. I think it's a great place to end if you can't end on Towers of Doom. We get to see a lot of the same things that come out around Towers of Doom. If you can have sustained fighting, can you fight over a point that takes a fair amount of time to channel? Rexar banned away. Can definitely understand it. Durlock on that Rexar last game was an absolute nightmare. I can definitely understand why they don't want anything to do with it. Zool banned out once again for WeThePepegas. Do not want to deal with Zool on this map. Those skeletons pushing feels bad. And then Zool tank actually really just sucks to come into. A 1.75 root on a point and click feels terrible. So of course, get him out of here. Go Pepegas. We can see a lot of cheering for the Pepegas tonight, and that really warms my heart. I love when you guys come out and you support your teams. It feels really nice. Deckard banned out by One More Fight. Kael'thas banned out again. Lord Gaki played it too well in the first game. They're not going to let him have it back. And then, of course, those Stay a Whiles, even though they only caught one or two people every single fight, they were really detrimental. I couldn't think of the word. I mean, they got ETC just exploded. Johanna coming out for Echo, strongest tank in the game. However, a fantastic rebuttal by WeThePepegas with Battle Hill on that ETC, and Luchamite finally getting that Greymane. We all know Greymane does a huge amount of damage. He's super strong right now. One of the best auto attack heroes you can have. So, of course, you want to pick him up. We'll see what is going to come out from One More Fight now. And it is going to be Leeming and Blaze. And we're going to see Lord Gek on that Blaze. So, are we swapping again? Hellstorm on the Leeming this time? A little bit of role swap here going on. That's all right though. We saw role swap last game with Freya playing the Decker at that time, and Chelsea, who was earlier playing the support in game 1. I can't remember who they had off the top of my head. She did end up going the Orphea and absolutely dominating with it. Brightwing banned out on the side of WeThePepegas. As you can tell, we're everywhere. Lots of really strong healing right now, and spell armor. Can definitely understand it. Orphea. This whole ban phase right now is just respect nods to WeThePepegas. They put up such a great fight that they were like, you know what, you're gonna have to do something else because we don't want to deal with that right now. That sucked. Malfurion coming out for a Freya, and we'll see what their teammate picks up. Is it maybe something? It's gonna be a Jaina. Jaina Malf, really good combo. You can go ahead and feed her mana indefinitely, even choosing to get yourself mana at later levels if they would like. So we'll see what they can do with this iconic combo.
I stand ready.
Vala coming out for a third time for Newton Rocks. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It did break a little bit last time, but they still put up a really, really great fight. That Rain of Vengeance just doing a ton of damage. And Mistentine popping out that Lucio. Having those quick lane rotations feels very good. So, of course, bring out the Lucio. Looking to see what the final pick is here for WeThePepegas. And it is going to be that Yrel one more time. Durlock thinking they can get in a little bit easier this time. The front line isn't as devastating as it was in that game number 1, so hopefully Yrel won't pop like a balloon. See if we have any kind of changes right now. Doesn't look like it. Everybody's pretty happy where they are for the moment. All right, as we jump into the game, we'll move over here as my camera is no longer borked. Looking at these teams right now, I think I have to give it to WeThePepegas. Their team just screams old HGC. It's really, really powerful. I mean, there are a couple of old man heroes in there, you know, Greymane, ETC, Malfurion being heroes kind of from the start almost. So I really, really, really like their team. We are jumping into game, so we'll go ahead and pop you over there. Over here, in the orange trunks, we got Battle Hill on that ETC. Luchamite is your Greymane. Freya rocking the Malfurion. Chelsea on that Jaina. And Durlock is your Yrel. And in the blue trunks, Newton Rocks for the third time this evening on that Vala. Lord Gaeka on the Blaze. Echo is your Johanna. Hellstorm is your Li Ming this time. And Mistentine is that Lucio. Teams heading to the middle lane. We get the snow on this mount. Very, very cute. The Maze Snow, which has been revealed. Duroc in the corner, looking to pick off anybody who wanders too close when they're making rotations. Teams just waiting for the minions. We'll go ahead and take a look at those level 1 talents. Jaina just dropping the Blizzard to clear the wave, as you would expect. New habits for Blaze. Everything so far looking fairly standard. We're seeing a little bit of a different Lucio level 1 right now with that Accelerendo, which gives him movement speed while he's on a wall. Great for fighting around the point. And now we're going to see one more fight heading down to where Duroc is. Both solo laners have chosen a different lane to solo. We'll see how this works for them. Blaze into Greymane in the top here. Blaze does have better sustain than Greymane, so as long as he can avoid that Greymane poke, he should be able to out-sustain him in the lane. We can see him warming up on that fire and even getting hit by that cocktail. As long as he's hit by the front of the cocktail, it doesn't do too much. Leaving Vala on the camp, as you should be. Looking over, we have the same thing coming out from Malfurion and Jaina. Everybody just trying to get their Knolls out because the Knolls do a ton of damage. Battle Hill just soaking up the lane. And Lucio soaking the middle. Johanna coming to try and harass a little bit. Both camps being completed roughly the same time. Lucio has a little bit extra wave clear to make this go fairly quickly. As those Knolls arrive. You can see ETC already getting on top of them, doing a little bit of damage. Jaina should have her Blizzard up soon. Out comes the Iron Skin from Johanna, making sure nobody can slide onto her. It is out now, and there we go. Battle Hill jumping into the team. However, that's a couple of free pokes from Vala. Jaina having a little bit of burst damage onto Echo. They will be able to heal up before the objective starts. Should be fairly quickly. Another slide, though, really capitalizing on that early use of the Iron Skin. However, ETC stays a little bit too long, and Newton Rock's capitalizing on his poor positioning. He's going to go ahead and buy a free trip back to base, but luckily, objective hasn't spawned yet. Trying to get the harass from Echo. Chelsea, fairly low on mana, is going to have to try and defend this three-man push themselves, and fighting into Vala feels awful. He's just able to siege for free. Here comes ETC and Malfurion now, but the team's already taken a tower, and they're just going to go ahead and back off. Don't have any fog yet. We're going to see everybody bottom rotate down onto Urel. See if they can't do something to put her out of position. She is able to get the wings and pop them. However, interrupted by that Johanna Condemn. Might see them go down. Oh, they're trying their best. They do go down. Nice body blocks and boops by Mistantine on that Lucio. Really, really nicely done. ETC soaking up in the bottom, or in the middle lane. We are going to see a little bit of soak go to the wayside. Actually, never mind. Here's Blaze. They got it. Meanwhile, Knowles picked up for WeThePepegas. One more fight, just trying to get that early lead on the objective. It has been started. They have to channel for 30 seconds. Mind you, it is a little long. Vala getting caught in those roots absolutely goes down. Just gets destroyed. And Johanna next to follow once again, using the Iron Skin a little bit too early. The team just waited it out and then capitalized on it when she didn't have it up. Orgek will be the next to fall, getting zoned away by the roots, and that is going to be a 3-0 going over to WeThePepegas. It's even there. It looked like still a little bit of damage, but it really felt like they had no damage to kind of follow up on the engage of Johanna, unfortunately. Blaze wasn't able to do much either. Looks like the team is just going to focus on getting the camps while they also try to capitalize on the objective. And this could be kind of spreading themselves thin. Greymane coming in, Malfurion, they are right next to Blaze and immediately get stunned. Followed up by Echo doing great body blocks. Greymane is going to go down. A little bit of a greedy play. Urel's Ardent Defender, or leave, was interrupted right there. They're trying to get this back, trying to do everything they can. Urel is going to be the next to fall, and one more fight, able to contest. 1.5 seconds left. Malfurion is going to go down, and now this is going to be a 3-for-0 trade in favor of one more fight. And that really is the struggle of Alterac Pass, is you have to be able to just fight for incredibly long amounts of time to back up and understand you might lose a couple of seconds on the objective. One more fight. Gonna grab this first objective. Where are they headed? It looks like bottom lane. Vala's staying mid with team. Decides she's gonna rotate down. And this is the first time I've seen all 5 members in a single lane on Alterac Path to see what they can do with it. ETC coming through, does get stunned out by Blaze, takes a little bit of damage. Out comes that Jaina Blizzard. Echo takes a little bit of damage. It's knocked back by Urel. Team is also fighting Greymane up here at the top, and Greymane by himself is not a very sustainable boy, so he is going to go ahead and back off. Objective finally starts turning up, and as the fort has already, the towers have already gone down, they're going to be able to jump right onto this fort. Objective fading quickly, however. Meanwhile, in the other 2 lanes, Blaze is left ahead top, and Urel is trying to get that middle objective down, so the team just can't rotate on all 3 forts. Lucio does get knocked back. He is going to be a very dead VJ on the screen. Fort stays alive. Lucio goes down. Middle lane is a little bit rough. Urel believes that the fort is just going to go ahead and wear it down, as it is on the fort. The well, they are just going to go ahead and lose that. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, not a whole lot gained from the first objective, but it is the first objective of the game. Blaze able to do a ton of damage up here on the top as well. They got about half of each fort, which when you really think about it, that is just 1 fort, right? Right. Cavalry finally comes to an end. And teams are looking to go ahead and grab their Knowles once again. We see Lucio and Vala in here just trying to grab them. team in the middle lane now. And we do have level 10 reach for both teams, so let's talk about these 10s. Combustion for Blaze, Blessed Shield for Johanna, Wave of Force, Rain of Vengeance, and Sound Barrier are all very standard. Meanwhile, on the side of WeThePepegas, we have Tranquility, can definitely understand that. The team needs a little bit of healing in these big drawn-out fights. Mosh Pit, you always need it. Ardent Defender for Urel. Yeah, she's getting in there and getting kind of bodied. Water Elemental, as you do. And then go for the Throat is the one that stands out to me. Usually we see Curse Bolt, especially on something like a Johanna Blade. Two very, very thick health bars. ETC, looking for that Mosh Pit here in the middle lane. This tells me that Greymane wants to walk past the front line, and seeing as it's Johanna Blaze, there isn't a whole lot stopping him, save like a condemn and a really well telegraphed stun. So he will be able to just kind of jump past the front lines as they don't do too much damage and jump on those backline heroes. Vala able to vault away from the ETC, does not get slid on. Here comes Jaina, she drops the Water Elemental. However, Vala very, very quick with her trade. The Water Elemental is going to get no value as it immediately goes down here in the in between middle and bottom lane. It is a Chad build, Vala. You're right. We call this build the publicly shame yourself build because you can say things like, oh, look at Vala. She's attacked 56 heroes in, you know, 8.5 minutes. Of course, I think Newton Rocks is doing a phenomenal job on the Vala. They have secured most of the kills for the team here, and yeah, you know, it's really hard to fight on Alterac Pass when you guys aren't fighting over the objective, so it's difficult to get the quest stacked. I have a lot of respect for already being able to do 56. I'm personally one of the worst Valas in the Nexus, so anyone who can play it, I commend them. Knowles picked up by both teams once again. The Knowles a little earlier for the side with the Pegas, who are now sliding in. Blaze in a terrible position, gets moshed by ETC, comes out, drops the combustion. And you know, this isn't so bad. He's gonna hit 2 members. He's nice and healthy, able to drop his trade. He's less healthy now, gonna go down. And now Johanna is caught in with her friends. Meanwhile, here in the back, it's a 2v1 onto Jaina, who is not doing terrible. Does get poked by the Li Ming, but now Li Ming is all by herself on the wrong side of the map. She blinks and jukes the team. However, does not juke Freya. She's too smart for that. Tries to push him away with the Wave of Force, does end up going down, and that is going to be a 3-for-1 in favor of WeThePepegas. That's her, thank you for the bits. 1 bit per kill till the end of the game. I appreciate it very much. So right now, that's what? That's bit for which team? Because it looks like there are 9 there. We're going to get back to the game. One more fight, jumping in, trying to stop this stride from being taken. Vala gets stuck by Greymane. However, a nice blind by Johanna with that shield drop prevents him from doing too much damage. Lord Kick is in the back. He has the new habits completed, so he was able to become unstoppable. Walk through that power slide. However, he can't walk through a body block, and that's exactly what happens. Vala is the next to fall. Team looking very low. Urel coming in, she smells blood, gets stunned by the Condemn. It's going to be the second objective of the game, going over to WeThePepegas. They also get a 2-for-0 on that altar. They're able to just really jump on top and stay on top of everybody. Greywayne just smacking people. I agree. He's jumping in and doing a whole heck of a lot of damage. Looks like WeThePepegas are going to try and push this bottom fort. Gonna go in. Objective well in behind on those minions. Lucio is here defending this by himself. Meanwhile, 3 members are defending against this middle lane objective, and I have to kind of wonder about that. This fort is going to go down for sure, and also does Lucio. Here comes Lord Gek finally. He tries to just jump away, but Durlock is trying to body block as best they can. A nice Templar's Hammer, making sure that he would hopefully come to this side corner over here and maybe get stuck. However, he is able to get through the gate and as such gets to safety. Both teams are just behind. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Touch. I really, really appreciate the bits. Here in the top lane, bottom lane, we are finally seeing the members of One More Fight grab these this bottom objective. And now that they're dead, it looks like WeThePepegas are going to go ahead and try and take this bottom boss. One More Fight, really not having an idea. Save Lucio, who might just go down there by themselves. They see it happening. You know there's nothing they're going to do, and the team is not going to get there in time. They're going to opt for their nulls instead. And now, Bosch pushing in that incredibly weakened bottom lane. They're going to head to middle, try and clear out some of those minions. Then we'll see if they maybe want to look for the double boss play, go into that top boss. And it looks like that's exactly where they're headed. So you see, before unsuspecting Johanna, she hearths back to... I don't know if she was afraid of getting ganked there or if she wants to go to a different lane. They knew they were going to come to the boss. There's nothing they can do because they are not 16. Let's take a look at these 16 talents. It is going to be that execution for Greymane, making sure those disabled targets get dead. Excellent talent with ETC. Nature's Balance increases move fire's area by 25% and regrowth duration for 3 seconds. To make sure that Altherian is able to keep the team nice and healthy as this boss in the top lane does get picked up by WeThePepegas. They're kind of just dragging One More Fight around the map right now, and I really appreciate their ability to change macro this time round. We saw in game number 1 they had a really hard time taking camps and being able to do things on the map. The last 2 games, they've done a really solid job of making sure that whenever a camp is up, they're on top of it, whether that can't be, you know, the Knolls or the boss. And now the whole team is here. The team has to be very careful, else they should go down. We're going to see a 3-man mob once again from ETC. Greymane immediately jumping onto Lucio. He does go down. Johanna is the next to fall. Blaze, first drops the combustion, trying to get a little bit of damage out. Out comes Tranquility. They're doing their best. Newton Rock in trouble by Urel. Greymane go for the throat, takes down Blaze, and that is going to be 3 for nothing. Newton Rock's dropping the second wave for the second Reign of Vengeance, trying to get a little bit of damage and a little bit of respite up here in the top lane. We could see the keep and Newton Rocks themselves going down as they do right away. Rel taking that tower damage. She was the person in charge of those team deaths. The tower is going to go ahead and focus her. However, boss shouldn't get the core here. It is very, very low, and this core regens. However, a 5-man team wipe save Li Ming. So a 4-man team wipe, I guess, is what it would be. She was down in the bottom. They're going to go ahead and get started on this objective, and who can stop them? They've got level 19. They're incredibly far ahead right now with 6 to 15 kills available. And these minions aren't going to make it very long. The team is going to come, pick up their nulls, and then try to grab this objective, see if they can't do anything with it. Is just going to go ahead and grab this objective. They're doing a nice job making sure those little minions aren't able to capture anything around it. And One More Fight. This is their chance to make a play. They don't have level 20 yet, but neither do WeThePepegas. Johanna's going to go in. ETC slides in. Johanna taking a ton of damage, or Blaze taking a ton of damage, excuse me. He goes in with the combustion, gets a little bit of damage off. However, he does go down. Johanna, once again, the next to fall. They can't stand through this incredible amount of frontline burst. And this objective is going to go over to WeThePepegas. Urel is going to jump off and deal with those Knolls in the middle lane. Down here in the bottom, are going to see the team pushing in, and they want this keep. They know that it's really difficult to end the game without 2 keeps down. They're going to go ahead and come into this bottom lane where the lanes are incredibly pushed. Now, WeThePepegas have level 20. This is going to be an incredibly difficult battle for One More Fight. However, doesn't mean that this is the end. They still have a lot of time to fight. They can maybe look to defend the keep. I would highly recommend fighting with the core, as the core does an insane amount of damage on this fight. The objective is finally here, focusing on the objective. Vala able to do a ton of damage. Urel jumping into the back, gets stunned by Vala. Out comes Johanna, drops the Blessed Shield, trying to push the team back. They do push back a little bit. Malfurion Tranquility, however, healing up nice and healthy. Lucio gets caught in the root, takes a little bit of damage. Durlock in the back, trying to be as devastating as possible. Gets stunned by Blaze. Out comes Combustion. He hits a couple of members. Is immediately interrupted, so not a ton of damage coming out. Now Durlock in the core. Greymane immediately popping off, drops that to go for the throw onto Vala, nearly ending her life. And the core is in shambles. He tries to defend as hard as they can, but there are so many minions. And the core is actually out of his core base. I've never seen him this far. Core is at 50%. Team defending as best they can. Echo is stepping up, does go down. Unfortunately, Vala drops for second. Random Vengeance comes in, looks for the Moth, not able to find it just yet. Core in the middle of all the members is trying to fight as best they can. However, he's going to drop to 0, and that is going to be game number 2, going over to WeThePepegas. GG. All right, I'm not going to jump off the screen immediately this time, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at these scores. And really similar to game number 2, kind of a one-sided fight.